Hi guys, it's Meenu. Welcome back to my channel Storytale. Today I'm going to be talking about The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. Ever since I've read The Four Winds by Kristin Hannah, I have been fascinated by historical fiction. I've always enjoyed reading about history. I have been fascinated by that ever since I was in school. And with Four Winds, I had a really good experience. That is why when I read the premise of this book, I wanted to give it a try. This is a debut novel of Sarah Penner, and this book has been very popular. It has been circulated very well among the booktubers, and many have loved it and many have not loved it. Many were actually disappointed by this book. What are the disappointing bits? I'm gonna get to that later in the video. Let me first start with the plot of this book. The story is told from the point of view of three women, Nella, Eliza and Caroline. The story of Nella and Eliza are based in the 18th century London, and Caroline is in the present London. Nella is a middle-aged woman and she is very well versed in the art of apothecary. The art of apothecary is basically the knowledge of herbs and potions and how to make poisons or medicines out of them. It is a very unique art. Not many people know it, and it was very popular in the middle of 18th century or by the end of the 18th century. Not everyone is aware of this art. Nella only learned it from her mother, who was also a master of apothecary. Nella's mother was more into helping people and making medicine for women who actually need them, and Nella kind of has the same path. But apart from medicines, she also makes poisons. She makes these poisons and supply to these women who are in need of them, who have been abused mentally or physically by men, and this is kind of a way of Nella to actually help them. Of course, she cannot do this openly. That is why in her shop she has this place which is kind of hidden from plain sight. Not many women actually know about this place. Who knows? Only they are able to find it and see it. She is very well hidden and she has not been able to caught for a very long time. But of course, everything changes eventually. Anyway, I'm not gonna delve into the spoiler bits because I'm gonna keep this video spoiler free. Our other character, Eliza, is a 12-year-old girl. She is very naive. She does not know much about the world, and she also kind of needed help from Nella, and that is how she became kind of a friend or acquaintance of her. And after that, both of their journey begins. There's also our third main character, Caroline, who is in present London. She had planned a trip to London on her 10th anniversary with her husband, but she found out that her husband has been cheating on her. So she decided to take this solo trip where she does all this thinking and self-analyzing, and she actually realizes her worth. How the stories of these three women align with each other is basically the plot of this book. Like I said, this is gonna be a spoiler-free review. That is why I cannot delve much into the story. But what I can tell you is that I really enjoyed this book. It was kind of entertaining at some points at least. I especially love the premise of it. The art of apothecary, I have always been fascinated by it, and I always wanted to read something about it, and it was done good in this book, but I really wish that it would have done a little bit better. First and foremost, the art of apothecary that Nella practices has kind of two rules. These rules were set by her mother, and whatever she does not stray away from these two rules. The first rule is that the art of apothecary can never be used to harm another woman. And the other rule is the name of the murderer and its victim has to be written in this register, and it has to be maintained for eternity at least. The purpose of this register is basically to give identification to these women who never had anything of their own. They did not have an identity, they did not have their voice, they do not have anything. So this is kind of Nella's mother's way to give them some sort of recognition, which I think is the best part of this book. There are many women who approaches Nella and they ask for this poison. I actually love to learn about their story, what were their purpose and what actually happened. That was the part that I enjoyed the most. Caroline's story I enjoyed at least at the beginning when we were getting to know her and her past. And her past is kind of relatable, even her current situation. There are many women who go through the similar situation and they are still in it. So that was kind of very realistic part of her. There are many places where this book kind of goes very unrealistic, but I'm going to talk about that in my dislike section. This book is not very long, but I really wish it was, because there were so many stories that I wanted to know more about. I think this book could have been much better. There was a lot of hype around this book and people were actually intrigued by the premise. It has a very good synopsis and even the cover of the book is just so stunning. But to be honest, it did not live up to my expectation. My expectation from this book was very high. Because again, people have hyped about this book, even though this was a debut novel, but this book has been circulated a lot. This has been advertised a lot. It was, I think, book of the month of this subscription box. So like I said, this book has been all over the internet. So that is why I had kind of, very good expectation from this book. And at some level it delivers, but on many levels it does not. So that brings me to my like and dislike section. Let's talk about first the things that I liked about this book. The first thing that I liked about this book is the concept of women empowerment. This book is totally based on women, their story, their life, what they go through, what happens to them and everything. And that is the best part of this book. The story of Nella, Eliza and Caroline are different on many levels, but they're also kind of similar. All of them have been kind of abused or cheated or have been done wrong by men, and that is something which is very common in all of these women. We see Nella helping these women and even helping herself by taking power in their own hands. When they felt powerless, they did something. They had kind of certain power that they can use for their advantage, and that is something again very amazing. Even Caroline, she went through so much. When she was married, she was not at the place that she wanted to be. She sacrificed so much for her marriage, her career, her life and everything, and we see her transform from there. So that was also very interesting. Even Eliza, we see her transformation from this naive young girl to this young woman who is now very smart, and she actually does something very brilliant by the end of the book, and which shows her transformation from a little girl to this young woman. Even the concept of register and how it gave kind of empowerment or kind of identification to these women was just amazing. And the second thing that I liked about this book is the premise. It has a great premise. I loved the 18th century London. I loved the art of apothecary. I love these women who uses this art of apothecary. I loved all the stories behind these women and how they committed the act and how the murders were never detected. I loved everything. Just the synopsis of the story was enough to make people interested, and I think that is what sold these books. The third and the best thing about this book is the historical accuracy. It was actually brilliant that Nella's and Eliza's story was based in 18th century London, because by the mid of 19th century or the beginning of it, autopsy was discovered. So if poison had been in any people's system or blood, then that would have been detected in the 19th century. But in the 18th century, autopsy was not discovered by then. That is why it was kind of easy to poison these men without actually being detected. Plus, there were actual women who were practicing the art of apothecary in the 18th or the end of the 18th century, and that is again an actual historical fact. That is why this book was so fascinating. Now let's talk about the things that I did not like and what was disappointing. First and foremost, this book lacked a lot of depth. Considering the concept of poison and death so much, this was not a gruesome book. It was not delved much into the murders and how the things were actually happening. Even the stories were very less. We needed more women who approached Nella. There were maybe 2 or 3 women who actually approached her in this book. This book was so short, it could have done with more stories and with more, depth into the characters or into their history, something. This was supposed to be a thriller or mystery kind of book, but it lacked so much of it. The high moments were just for few seconds. It did not get much deeper into it. That is why I think this book lacks a lot of depth. The second thing that I did not like was Caroline's storyline, at least the middle of it or even the end of it. At the beginning she was interesting. Okay, she was very relatable. Her past was very relatable. But in the middle of the book and even by the end, her storyline kind of got very boring. I mean, I loved story of Nella and Eliza. I think this book could have done just with those 2 point of views. It did not actually need Caroline's point of view. We did not need that. This book, if it had been just historical fiction, I think it would have done much better. Even though I understand what is the intention of the author, that she wanted to create this parallel between Nella's storyline and Caroline's storyline, but still Nella's story was much better than Caroline's. Instead of wasting few pages on Caroline or her husband, which did not make any sense by the middle or the end of it, those pages or chapters could have been invested more in Nella and other women that we meet in this book, in their storyline. That would have been much interesting. That would have made this story much better. The third thing that I did not like in this book was that some scenes just does not make any sense. I cannot get into spoilers like I said, but there are certain places where Caroline just finds things, and that is just so easy for her. I mean, she just goes to this place where she's trying to find Nella's place, and then she just, you know, stumbles upon it and then she just finds it. Like, it has been more than 3 centuries now, and that place was not demolished, or you know, something might have happened to that place, or maybe reconstructed or something, but she just finds that place just like that. And then she also finds some documents there, like that was just lying around. So I do not know, was Caroline the first and the only historian that actually visited that place? That just did not make any sense. Plus, there were certain elements of Eliza which again was just stupid. I mean, I get it that she is 12 or 13 years old, but she just does not know certain things, like, at all. I mean, there was this point which I'm not going to talk about, but still, I just think that many people, or at least her mistress, would have told about this thing, but she just does not know anything about it, and she just perceive it as ghost. So that was again very much, you know, nonsensical to me. Plus, there was this whole storyline of Caroline's husband, which I don't even want to get into because it's gonna be spoiled then, but still, that was just again very stupid. And even the end, there was this scene with a policeman that was again very stupid. So again, there are certain places where this book does not make any sense, and for a good and brilliant book, those scenes kind of, you know, again makes it very disappointing. Overall, for me, I did enjoy this book. I had a great time reading it. I still think it had a great potential. It could have been a 5-star, but for me it ended up being 3.5 stars. Even though this was not a great book, but still want you to pick it up because it does have kind of historical fiction, which is the best part of this book. I do want everyone to know a little bit about Apothecary and its art, and I think that is a very interesting premise. I do not know any other book about Apothecary, so this is the only book that I can suggest for now. If I do find something in the future, I'm gonna see and if possible recommend it to you guys. But right now, I think you should give this book a try at least for once. It's not gonna take much of your time. It is not a long book, it's a short book. So if you want, you can give it a try. And if you did enjoy this video, do give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and click that bell icon if you want to get notified of my future videos. Until then, see you.